Good morning, everybody. I'm Nadine from Living Life with Ike, and today we're going to do a 20-minute practice. Well, I've been saying 20 minutes and we've been going 30, but I think this one I can get to 20. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on some core. And the way I like to work on core is to do reverse arm balances. But first, let's warm up the spine. So important that our spine and our body is warmed up before we get into anything really heavy like doing a lot of core. So anyways, so let's start in a comfortable seated position like we normally do. And we're just going to do some hip circles here. Just really exaggerate them as much as you can. Yeah. Let's do a couple more. Getting into those hips. And before we go in the opposite direction, let's change what foot we have in front. So now I'm going to put my right foot in front. It was my left foot before. Sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones. And then let's start in the opposite direction. Here we go. And bending in, yeah. Keeping the sit bones on the mat though, so we're staying nice and grounded. And you should feel this in your opposite hip now since you switched directions with your feet. Let's go one more time. Perfect. Now let's just roll our wrists. Great. Now, if you guys have been following me, you know I like to do an active child's pose. So knees are out to the side, nice big and wide, back toes are touching. And we're just going to walk the hands out here. And what we're doing is we're giving that body, that side body, a nice stretch. And the shoulders. We're sending the sit bones towards our heels. Forehead for you is resting on your mat. When this is settled, just walk those fingers up just a little bit more and you'll find it just a little bit more intense. Take 2 more breaths here. And then walk the hands up. Perfect. So we're going to start in tabletop. So again, wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips, feet are flat. And with your inhale, let's go into cat. So warming up that spine. Chin goes to chest here, tailbone is tucked, shoulders away from ears. And through to cow, tailbone up, chin up, shoulders away from ears, and chest is forward. So again, we're lubricating that spine, going back and forth into cat, really arching as much as you can here to get the benefits out of this pose. And then back into cow. Chin up, tailbone up, shoulders away from ears. Fingers are forward, pressing through the fingers and the knuckles. Takes the weight off the wrists. And again, let's do that. And back through cow. We're going to switch things up when we go into the next cat. We're going to hover. So into cat, and now hover on your knees. Yeah, just come up a little bit. Pressing through your fingers, rounding through your scapula, and back down, and into cow. Tailbone up, chin up, shoulders away from ears, and chest is forward. And again, into cat. Get into your cat, pressing through your fingertips, and when you're ready, hover. Yeah. Pressing through the hands, not falling into the shoulder blades here. You should start to feel some heat being created. Back into cow. Tailbone down, or tailbone up, chin up, chest forward, not falling into the shoulders. Good. And come into a natural or a neutral spine. Now we're bringing the hips to the right, and the head goes to the right. So we're swaying from side to side here. And over to the left. And let's do that again. Just going back and forth with your breath, Pressing through your knuckles again. We're not falling into that shoulder. There. Let's go a couple more times. Perfect. And tucking your toes and pushing into your down dog. So we're sending those sit bones back towards the heels and then up. Yeah, just walking our dog here. It's our first down dog. And now let's get the hips into it when we go. Yeah. Perfect. Side to side. Exaggerating the hip sway. Good. And sending the heels towards the earth, pressing through the fingertips. Settling your breath here. Perfect. And coming onto the mat. So our first core exercise that we're going to do is boat pose. So we're going to do like a variation of boat pose. So we're going to get into it nice and slow. So we're hanging onto the thighs here. We're on our sit bones and leaning back a bit. Okay? And when you feel that you're nice and steady through the core, hands come up. They're parallel to the mat. And do a few toe taps here. Yeah. Oh, there's Delilah. And now let's hover. There we go. Boat pose variation. Now we'll start stretching each leg out slowly. Going back to our boat pose variation. And now let's stop. And stretch up through the spine. Oh, she must have seen a squirrel. Sitting on our sit bones here. And let's fold forward over our legs. And then coming back up. Going back into boat pose. But from boat pose, we're going to go into reclined handstand. So, into boat pose variation, whatever works for you today. Shoulders are back, belly's nice and tight. And now we're going to go into reclined handstand. So hands are going to come up, and we're just going to hover. So our hips are hovering, and our shoulders are hovering. There. Now coming back up. Yeah. If you need a little bit of momentum, take it, and hold. Let's do that again, okay? And one more time, nice and slow. It's a controlled, yeah. Nice and controlled. And hover. And now let's come back up. There we go. Okay. Crossing the legs in the opposite direction when we fold over. Yeah. Taking that moment to regroup. Okay. So our next core exercise, we'll go back to the boat pose later. So the next one is reclined crow or crane. So this is an arm balance, but we're doing it in the reverse. So we're accessing our core here. And these are really good exercises to get into arm balances, which would be like much later for us. So in crow, our knees are going to come up and our hands are going to go in between our legs. So this is what it's going to look like if you just want to take a quick peek before you go into it. We're going down and hovering the shoulders. And then the hands go up. Tailbone goes up. Shoulders are off the mat. And hold. And into reclined handstand. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And then come back into crow. Lifting up so the shoulders are resting. Tailbone is up. And back into reclined handstand. Let's do one more time. Crow. Nice and high. Tailbone's nice and tight. Belly's nice and tight. Not your tailbone, your belly. And back into reclined. Keeping those shoulders off the mat. And then coming up. Grabbing onto your thighs and rolling up. Okay. We're going to do a bit of a bridge pose here. So a bridge flow. Because we just want to stretch out that belly, right? Because we're crunching it. Now let's stretch it out a bit. Onto the mat. So I like to bring, or I like to cue to have your heels so your fingertips can tickle them. Your feet are hip distance apart, your knees are hip distance apart. And when we inhale, we're going to inhale and come up into bridge, and our arms are going to go over our head. Stay here. And let's come down. Take a breath, and then we're going to inhale and come back up. All the way up, rolling from your tailbone up to your shoulders. And then come back down. Bring yourself up to a seated position. Okay, so our next reclined arm balance is going to be side crow. So as you can think, crow, both legs, one on each side of your body. Side crow, we're going to bring the legs together and over to the side. Okay. So finding yourself on your back. I have a knot in my t-shirt, so it's kind of digging into me. Okay, so for side crow, I'm just going to demonstrate. Legs are going to come up and they're going to go to the side, and then we're going to hover. So hips are up, shoulders are up. Knees are going to the right. So what we really want to focus on, that left shoulder, that it stays up and hovered. So knees to the right, hands to the side, to the left. And breathe. Come up a little bit further. And to reclined handstand. Don't forget to breathe here. And then coming up, knees are going to go to the left, hands go to the right. My right shoulder is off the mat. And reclined handstand. And then hold on to your thighs, bringing yourself up to a seated position. Okay, let's stretch that out a bit. So I currently have my left foot in front. Hands are going to go up, and we're going to twist to the right. So right knee, or left hand on right knee, right hand behind you, and twist. Breathing into that. Hands come back up. Shoulders go down. On your exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind you, and gaze over the shoulder. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up, shoulders come down. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand on right knee, right hand behind you. Coming back up, shoulders go down, and twisting to the left. Okay, so continuing with our core, leg lifts. I put my hands underneath my hips to protect my lower back. I encourage you to do that if you have any back issues. So hands are under my hips, feet are out, and then we're going to lift and a little oops at the top. Just a little jump. And up and up. There we go. Okay, that was 2. Let's do 7. 3. Continue to breathe. This is very controlled. I think that was 4. 5. 6. And one more. 7. There, bringing the knees into the chest for a nice hug. Great. Oh, the wonderful Delilah's back. Find yourself in a seated position. Stretching out that side body again. So I'm keeping my right foot tucked into my pelvis. Oh, there's Delilah. My left leg is up, toes are pointing up, knee is pointing up. And on the inhale, we're going to inhale up, shoulders down. On the exhale, left hand going onto the inside of the foot, of the left foot, and reaching up and over. Feeling that beautiful side body stretch right here. And on your inhale, coming up, right hand goes behind you, going up onto the shin of the right knee, and now stretching out the opposite side of the body. And coming back down. Sitting back on our sit bones, nice and grounded here. Inhale, let's go up. Shoulders go down. Exhale, left hand on the inside of the left foot. There we go. Let's see if we can get a little bit further down now. And coming back, right hand goes behind, up on the shin on the right, and up and over on the left. Really stretching that out. And coming down. So let's change sides now. So the left heel is coming towards your pubic bone. Right foot is up, pointing to the top. Your knee is pointing to the ceiling or to the sun. We're on our sit bones here. On the inhale, up, shoulders down. On the exhale, right hand going into the inside of the right foot and folding over. Feeling a beautiful stretch on the side body on the left. And now coming up, left hand goes behind. Right hand goes up and over and up onto the shin of the left. Hello, palm tree. And coming back down. Okay, so let's do that a couple more times. On the inhale, sitting up nice and high on your sit bones. On the exhale, folding in. Right hand goes onto the inside of the foot. Left hand comes over. Breathing here, don't forget to breathe. And on the exhale, left hand goes behind, up onto the left shin, and over up with your right. Breathing into that. Coming down. Okay, so standing up now. Going to the back of your mat. We're going to do a down dog twist. And this will probably be our last big pose for this practice. So on your inhale, all the way up. Oh, Delilah. On your exhale, folding forward. Knees are bent here, and we're going to walk into our down dog. And we're just going to take a minute here to settle into our heels. Pressing away from the mat with our fingers. On your inhale, take a beautiful inhale. On your exhale, twist. Breathe. And coming back. Stay for your inhale. And on your exhale, twist. And coming back onto your knees. I invite you now to go into Shavasana. Taking this moment for yourself. Lying on your back. Feeling your back body on the earth. Legs can be open, feet fall to the side. Shoulders under, tucked under. Hands up to receive or down to release. I'll take this time to sit up, bringing my hands to heart center as you stay in your Shavasana. I wish you a wonderful day and thank you for joining me. Namaste. Bye-bye. See you next time.